Today it is May the 28th and today's adventure brings me down to Tunbridge Wells. Today I am going to explore some of the stations on the original South Eastern Railway route from London to Dover, but more about that later. I've just stopped off here at Tunbridge Wells to complete incomplete business. The station is stuck in between two tunnels. Let's have a look at them now. This one is Grove Tunnel, heading towards Hastings, London End, but I don't know what it's called. It's the longer of the two and goes under the town. Station from the overbridge. Got some lovely buildings which I visited when I was down here to go on the Spa Valley line, so I've got the outside shots. I just need to get the my mug shot.
London Bridge, London Waterloo East and London Charing Cross. This train stands at 8:20.
Tunbridge, and I just popped out before I catch the 1 minute past 12 that will take me to Nutfield. So this is my train to Nutfield. Nutty Land. So I've got about half an hour here at Nutfield, and there goes the train. Next stop, Redhill. So what's all this about the main line to Dover for the South Eastern Railway? Well, indeed it is. The main line for the South Eastern Railway Company ran from London Bridge via Redhill, Tunbridge, Ashford and then down to Dover. And it was opened from Redhill to Tunbridge on the 26th of May 1842. And then opened to Dover on the 7th of February 1844. If we look at the map, we can see exactly where the route went. Well, at least I hope we can. So this is London Bridge here. So it used to run down here, and then at Coulsdon, it branched off down the Coulsdon Railway, which they ultimately acquired and purchased, to Redhill. It then ran along here, so that's Nutfield where I am. Godstone, we won't be going there today, but I have been here. Hildenborough, won't be going there today because I've been there before. Penshurst, Leigh, although it's spelt Leigh, it's pronounced Leigh, and then to Tunbridge, and then it cut across here to Ashford, and then down here via Folkestone up into Dover. What ultimately happened though is the South Eastern Railway bought Folkestone Harbour, dredged, I think they paid £18,000 for it. They dredged it and then they concentrated their own ferry service from there. But that's another story. So if we go back to the map, this line, they then extended it from Redhill to Dorking, which I've been to before. I didn't realise at the time that that was a South Eastern Railway route, and then they then carried on to Guildford, then up here to Farnborough, and then all the way round Crowthorne, Wokingham, Winnish Triangle and Reading. So all that route was South Eastern Railway. Obviously this bit now is operated by the Great Western, whereas this bit here is operated by the Southern. So actually used to my railway book of 1984, which I keep referring to, which actually I just happen to have with me today in case it was required. This book here at that time there was a shuttle service that ran all the way to Reading. Interesting enough, looking at one of my railway atlases, none of the railway stations between Redhill and Tunbridge, and then Tunbridge and Ashford, have actually none of them been closed. So the existing railway stations are still open, although they did open at different times. So the overall route from Tunbridge to Reading is 65 3/4 miles. The part of the line from Redhill to Reading was opened in stages. First of all, Reading to Dorking on the 4th of July 1849, as was Reading to Farnborough. The gap between Farnborough and Guildford was completed and opened on the 15th of October 1849. This was assisted by the acquiring of the Reading, Guildford and Reigate Railway in 1852. Previously to that they sort of helped finance that railway, and they obviously had running rights. And indeed this service was used by a variety of trains. There was Great Western Railway to Kent Resorts. Now I do remember in another video I did talking about trains running from Bristol, I think it was, through to Deal, so obviously this was the route they took. And then during the war it was used a great deal for freight and troops, so that would have been both the First World War and the Second World War.
We are now approaching Godstone. This is Hildenborough. This train is the southern service to Tunbridge, calling at Penshurst, Leigh and Tunbridge. The next station is Penshurst.
Arrived at Leigh, originally spelled L-Y-G-H-E. The station was built in 1911. So I've got another 40 odd minutes here, and as you can see there's lots of exciting things to do. That's Leigh railway station, but I'm not going to complain because the weather is marvellous. It's warm, it's not raining, I'm not cold. I've got a hangover, but that's beside the point. I have an exciting ramp up to the platform, which was very exciting, and it's got a red sign and it's got an arch. Right, so here comes my next train, the 1405, take me one stop, Penshurst. And I've just been looking at my photos and I've got a horrible feeling something's gone wrong with my camera, because I can't seem to move on from one photo to the next. This could be a major disaster, but we will see. Penshurst for Chiddingstone, because in fact we are in Chiddingstone Causeway. Penshurst was opened in 1842, and along with Godstone and Edenbridge were the original stations on the line. This station has got a slightly bit more character, insofar it's got a footbridge that's got paint peeling off it. It's got a different type of shelter on the other platform, and it's got a brick shelter here, and it's got pictures in it. Yes. Are they? Oh yes, they're paintings. Oh yes, not bad, not bad, not bad. It wouldn't last long at Falconwood, I'll tell you that. So this is the shortest wait I've got here. I think it's about 22 minutes, 11 minutes possibly. Mind you, I'll tell you what it does have. It has a pub right outside the station. A little brown jug. Unfortunately, I don't feel like a beer at all. My train is coming up the straight. On my original plan, I was going to have to spend an hour here, and I was going to have to walk from Hildenborough down to Leigh, because, and that would have taken me 40 minutes, because Hildenborough only has an hourly service. But then I discovered that once you get past 3 o'clock, I think it is, there's an extra service in. So I was able to swap it around and just end up doing what I've done today. I didn't want to fancy doing the 40-minute walk because I've got a real big problem in my sciatic nerve in my leg. It's causing me absolute grief. It's terrible, terrible. So, off to Tunbridge and then Hildenborough. Approaching Tunbridge Yard West.
We are now approaching Tonbridge, our final destination. Thank you for travelling with Southern. Please remember to take all your belongings with you when you leave the train.
My leg's playing me up, so I've taken refuge in the 1501 Redhill service so I could sit down until my train arrives in a couple of minutes. There it goes. Next stop, Hildenborough. Hildenborough. I've got about 40 minutes here. This is a lot better than an hour. Although it is a real station, not like some of the ones I've been to today. Yeah, so it's a difficult station because up to 3 o'clock the trains run, there's one each way every hour, and they're at 53 and 56, so there's absolutely, I know there's 3 minutes, but you can't do anything for 3 minutes. You can't get your photos, you can't get your videos, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it's not ideal. So this is a good alternative, and from onwards now there's more trains an hour, so good. The 1535 to Charing Cross should be appearing round that corner, although it's a straight line, any minute now, from behind that brick wall I should say. And that means that I will catch that train to London Bridge, change at London Bridge and catch a train to Falconwood, and I should be home by 5 o'clock. And here it comes. So, another successful day. I'm now up to 1,032 stations. There was a bit of a cough-up last week. I counted one of the stations as having not been to Milford, but I'd already registered that one, so cough-up. Anyway, goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from you.